Hey there everyone, welcome back to Tangle Tower. We just finished talking to our buddy Felix here about a few things, and he heard a lot and dropped a lot of names, and I suck with names, so...
Puffer fish?
Yes, it's also a lamp, for some reason.
And the lamp, ironically, is not a lamp. So it's gonna take a lot of referencing the case files for me.
It's
Just
Earth.
to finish that thought.
If Earth was made of paper and gave off a gentle pink light. It's a magic lamp. Can we summon the genie?
If we get really stuck, sure. It's a massive conch shell. Do you think there's a little crab living inside?
I hope so.
Aw.
Nice. A real treasure chest.
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Why else would it be locked? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it. What's the deal with that painting on the front?
Not sure. We should check that treasure map too.
Use a treasure map to discover the combination for the chest's padlock. Okay, hold on. So we've got A1N. So we've got letters, number, and then a letter. There's a lot of X's here. Oh, okay, so we have to... So, standing on the X, straight ahead is a palm tree, to the left is a dragon. So... I don't see the right on that one. So basically, find an X, this one here. Straight ahead is a palm tree, to the left is a dragon, to the right is a rock. This one looks a little more accurate just because the dragon, because there's a palm tree, the dragon, and the rock. Because the dragon and the rock look awfully close, and the palm tree looks super far away. So if I had to guess, I'd say it's this one. Is this a rock? It is. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like a cave. You can't really see anything beyond it. This one might be somewhat accurate as well. Just because the palm tree is so far away and the dragon is slightly closer than the rock, which is kind of the way it looks here. It's not like the sea serpent, whatever you want to call it. Oh, and the two birds. So it's this one, because there's two birds above the palm tree. I'm assuming. So the X is H6. I don't know what that last letter is for. Oh, H6. The last one is a cardinal direction. Pointing to the west.
That's done it.
Hey!
Neat.
We're cracking these
What was in the
puzzles like
box?
crazy.
More wooden models. These are a little different to the one on the desk.
Oh, him and his wood carving. A model resembling a child with green hair. Kind of looks like Freya. A model resembling a woman with gray hair. That resembles Flora. A model resembling a red and white bird, which looks like a chicken from here. A model resembling a broad-shouldered man. The wood models have been hand-painted. The paint is not skillfully applied. A pot of red paint and a brush is laying nearby. The brush has some dried red paint on it. It's a chicken. Okay.
A little hand-painted statue.
How can you tell it's hand-painted?
Well, the paints are right there on the desk. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
Ooh. Painted model. A wooden carving a man holding a sword. The model has been hand-painted, but the paint is not skillfully applied. Poor Felix. Yellow, blue, black, and white paints are found nearby, but as you can see, there's red paint on the model. So clearly, the red paint must have existed somewhere. We should probably ask Felix about the wooden things we found in the chest.
It's a drinking horn.
Is it full of ale? Or mead, maybe?
Right now, it's just full of dust.
Oh.
Chug, chug,
A map
chug, chug.
with a dotted line and an X marked on it.
That's a very boring way to describe a treasure map.
Touche. There's a lot of stuff to look at in here.
The entire room is made of wood.
Oh, it's not just made of wood. I think it's the actual hull of a ship.
Oh, it's a good point.
It's a barometer, but it's broken.
I've never seen a barometer that wasn't broken.
What is it?
He's an imp.
What does he do?
Well, if you tell too many lies, he appears at the end of your bed in the middle of the night.
Oh.
The entire room is made
Oh,
of
it's not
wood.
just... it's the actual hull.
Of a ship.
Shelf junk.
Let's ask him about these.
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
I suppose we can exhaust everything here.
I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Ooh.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course, I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that.
Does Florin normally keep something in here?
She must do, but I admit I've never managed to work out what.
Why not just ask her?
I feel like if somebody keeps something locked away in a ceramic egg, it's because they don't want to be asked about it.
Good point.
Rules to live by.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Poppy. Well, there's a name that's come up a couple times.
Flora's quite fond of that old thing. It's in poor shape, though.
Do you know what happened to it?
Can't say I do. It would have been a beautiful painting. It's rather a shame Freya was unable to finish it.
Nothing about it seems strange to you.
Well, all these modern paintings are slightly strange, aren't they? The emotion of the piece taking over from, say, anatomical accuracy.
What about the knife in Flora's hand?
A knife? That's what you see?
You don't?
Well, as I was saying, Freya's artistic approach distorts certain shapes. Hard to say exactly what we're looking at.
You can't see it, but I'm making a squinty-eyed face right now. Like, I wonder if it was something different.
It's unlike her to leave paint on the brush.
I think we'll give her a pass, given the circumstances.
That she was murdered.
Yes, so we shall. I'm as confused as you are.
I don't know a thing about it.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Poppy again.
Rather ugly, isn't it, as far as statues go? Years of wind and rain have not been kind to it either.
Do you know what it is? The creature, I mean.
It's connected to the Remington family history in some way.
Remington.
But I can't recall.
It's connected to the Remingtons, the statue.
What's this?
It's my case file. It's how I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You mean to say you're bound by the limits of what's written in this little document? Sounds dreadful.
I found it comforting.
Me too.
Charming, isn't it? Yes. Built by the Remington family originally. Dear Flora's father and his associates.
But now it's owned by you? By the Fellow family?
The Fellows and the Pointers have both come to claim a certain degree of ownership.
And who named it Tangle Tower?
Flora chose the name.
Flora.
What does it mean?
I think it was her intention that it mean nothing at all. Something of a fresh start.
From what?
This really isn't for me to say, but she had some kind of disagreement with her siblings. After they moved away, Flora changed the name of the house. I think perhaps she hoped it would make them feel unwelcome, yes, less likely to come back.
That's kind of extreme.
Yes, it is rather, isn't it?
So Flora had a disagreement with her siblings. I really feel like I need this family tree just to reference. I'm having trouble keeping track of everybody. Flora, I got. Felix, I got. Freya is dead. Freya's room.
A pillow with a paw print pattern.
Whoa.
It's a cushion.
Yeah, but that doesn't alliterate.
I'm just kind of taking it in.
That painting is really something.
It's very dark. Somewhat foreboding.
Why would you want it looming over your bed like that?
Maybe Freya enjoyed the atmosphere it creates.
The atmosphere of chaos and oppression?
Hang on. There's a smaller version down by the floor.
It's a photograph.
Photo of painting. A small photograph of Freya's abstract painting. A piece of adhesive tape is stuck on it. Lines have been drawn with black ink around the edges. Interesting.
It's a fish, I think?
Yeah?
I think it looks more like a whale.
Oh.
Fine, it's a whale.
Could also be a shark.
Oh. It's a
Freya's
teddy
bear.
bear.
Looks pretty depressed.
He's had a rough couple of days.
Do you think this was always supposed to be a bedroom?
I don't know. It is kind of a weird shape.
There's vents and pipes running
No
through it.
windows either.
I think she was kind of like the black sheep of the family. Not necessarily the black sheep, but she was sort of looked down upon. Almost like the Harry Potter of the family.
It's a little glass box.
Glass.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects.
There's no natural light in here at all.
I like it.
Feeds my spirit animal.
Drawings taped up on the wall.
What's that one on the left?
Looks like two people standing together in a garden. One of them's holding a red rose.
Freya's drawings. Drawing of a man standing with a woman in a garden. He's holding a red rose. A drawing of a young woman. A drawing of a person wearing a cloak. Well, this is... What is this music all of a sudden? This one says Fifi, and this one says Hawkshaw. But this looks like Poppy? Perhaps she is the PP. Poppy Pointer of the PP that was carved outside, and he is probably an F, an FF. Let's see if you run into anybody that looks like him.
Did Freya paint those animals on her ceiling?
They're kind of simplistic.
Maybe she painted them when she was younger.
Have we seen everything here there is to see? Like, everything is so well blended together, it's literally just a scene. So I can't tell you if there's stuff there should be interacted with, or stuff that shouldn't.
It's a little wooden box for paintbrushes.
To the casual observer, maybe.
Is it a puzzle? Oh boy.
They're not real paintbrushes. Looks like they're part of some kind of lock mechanism.
Solve the brushes in the correct order. Arrange the paper to find a clue. It can't be, rotated. Perhaps this goes, well, it doesn't fit up there. Where does this one go? This one right here. Like, this one doesn't fit anywhere. Oh, it fits here. Like this? Oh, like this. Oh, okay, I see. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's gotta be blue, but it doesn't say what kind of blue. Well, this goes here because the other blues, the shape. Oh no, this one. Okay, I see. So there's two? Okay. Wait a minute, this one says orange. None of these are orange. One, two, three. Oh, an orange. Oh, okay. An orange, like. So it's an orange brush, and I'm assuming this is like the width of the brush. So this one goes here. Which means the other pink one has to go here. No, because it also says it's a fan. Oh no, not pink paint. Pink, like, brush. And it's a fan, but both of these are fans. I'm assuming these two are on the ends. Which one is which, I couldn't tell you. This one has to be blue, but this one has to be a fan. Number 3 is one of these two. This one's green. That one's fine, I guess. Is it like this? Orange and skinny, I assume, is what this represents. 1, 2, 3. I assume this means it's skinny. I can't imagine what else this could represent. So I think this is skinny. A skinny orange, like, handle. Then the next one has to be green. The next one has to be a pink fan. The next one has to be blue. Then this one has to have this shape, and this one has to be fat. You could literally switch these. Oh, maybe this is height? So this one has to be short? Literally swapping those two does that, though. It's orange and it's short. This one's green. It's a fan with a pink candle. It's blue paint. It's another one of these, and this one's really tall. Uh-huh.
I did it.
Ooh.
What do I win?
Got it.
Not bad. What was in the box?
Just a photograph.
What's in the box?
Well, most of a photograph.
I don't know who either of these people are. Photograph of two young girls, one with red hair, the other with green hair. Okay. The photo has a large piece missing. It seems to have been ripped off. Okay. So like I said, I
That's weird.
What did you find in the drawers?
Nothing. They're completely empty.
You literally have to click on just about everything.
Painting supplies.
Brushes, pencils.
They're clean, but they look pretty well used.
Freya's plants. They must not need sunlight?
Poor Freya. So let's head down one more. These are locked.
Locked.
Library. Oh, she was in the picture.
It's an illustrated book about birds.
It's been left open. Looks like somebody was halfway through reading it.
Or it was left open for us to find.
Ever so slightly unnerving.
Seems a bit convenient. Bird book. The ink dip is a remarkably intelligent bird with a very long lifespan, even among avian mystids. Other birds are often aggressive towards it, and the ink dip lives most of its life alone. It has particular feeding habits, and usually only eats the seeds of the Tantum amica, pictured. So this plant here. Okay.
Books about ancient history, I think.
These books are ancient history. I think they'd crumble into dust if I tried to pick them up.
Good excuse.
Thanks. Books about geography.
Skip.
Tuh.
Books about insects.
Bugs.
Well, theoretically. There's not a single book on that shelf.
Huh. A book on the floor. Fundamental entomology.
It's a book bug.
I guess somebody
Bug
dropped
book.
it. Books about space.
They're relatively untouched. Sure, why not build a science lab in the corner of the library?
The search for new knowledge. The archiving of old knowledge. It's downright poetic.
What is this?
Is that a snow globe?
Oh, a snow globe.
Of sorts.
Oh, it's Tangle Tower. Huh.
Hey, look at that. It's a model of Tangle Tower. There's the lake and those weird mountains. What are you thinking?
That would make an amazing souvenir.
How do you even get here?
Hey, look at that. It's a model. What are you thinking?
That would make an amazing...
Hey, look at that. What are you
That
thinking?
would make
Okay.
an amazing... What's in those bottles?
I'm not sure. Soil samples?
A chalkboard.
Is this a library or a classroom?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
Math equations.
Don't look at them for too long. You'll give yourself a headache.
It's just random numbers.
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
201, 209, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
Let us talk to the
Curious.
girl.
I would expect bacteria of that nature to thrive in these conditions.
Excuse me.
Taking all the environmental factors into account, There must be something I am still missing.
May I talk to you, miss?
She knows we're here. She just doesn't care.
I am a detective, and I need to talk.
Correction. You do not need to talk to me.
Oh no? How come?
Because I am not a suspect. I am completely innocent of any and all crimes.
Thanks for letting me know.
Speaking of which, you have now been at Tangle Tower for over 23 minutes. Surely you have already reached a sturdy hypothesis.
A hypothesis? About the murder?
Yeah, come on, Grimoire, hurry up.
My apologies.
Well over
Unfortunately,
23 minutes.
Protocol dictates I must at least meet all the suspects. And that includes you. So, could you tell me your name?
Fifi Fellow, microbiologist, inventor, innovator.
We have encountered her.
You will need to be more specific. Oneself cannot be summarized in a single response without doing one a great disservice.
So true.
Well, first of all, you're a fellow. So does that make you the daughter of...
Correct. My father and mother are named Flora and Felix, but you need not question either of them. It will only waste valuable time. Neither of them are capable of murder.
Thanks for the tip.
Fifi, you said you were a
Biologist.
something or other?
Microbiologist, but it is an insignificant label. My studies cannot be categorized in any one recognized field.
What made you want to become a scientist in the first place?
I harbor an intrinsic fascination with the microscopic. I constructed my first one at age 10.
Girl, you got some
Constructed
frizz going
A
on.
microscope?
Correct.
And what's that thing on your head? Did you make that too?
My eyesight began to deteriorate when I turned 12. Not satisfied with the eyeglasses prescribed to me, I designed this custom lens instead. It automatically adjusts based on the surrounding light conditions.
Does it glow red when you get angry?
No, but that would be most amusing.
She seems a little disappointed that they don't glow red.
What can you tell me about the murder?
What can you tell me about... Wait, that's what I'm
That's
supposed
my
to ask
line.
You.
Yes, however, you were too slow.
You fancy yourself a detective too, Fifi?
I just need to know what happened.
Me too. So talk.
Fine. I knew ahead of time that Freya was going to be busy with her painting all day, so I had planned to spend the afternoon with Poppy. I was in the library all morning preparing the equipment for an experiment, only to find out that Poppy had made other plans and she was in fact planning to ignore me completely.
Oh.
So what did you do instead?
I locked myself in my room and cried.
Oh,
Aw.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
It is not unusual.
Oh. Good.
That's sad too.
I was in my room. The lights were off and the door was locked. Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me. I opened the door. Poppy came into my room. Her makeup was leaking. She told me Freya was dead. I did not believe it. I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
Oh.
She insisted that we go up to Flora's
Perfect.
tower. We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs. When I saw Freya lying on the floor, I was completely and utterly devastated. Then, I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting. Poppy and I took the sample back downstairs to the library. We performed a test and found out that it was, in fact, blood.
You performed that scientific test immediately, even though you were feeling so upset?
Of course. Why would one affect the other?
Yeah, Grimoire, duh. So what I want to ask her about specifically is this. Because this looks like it might be her. But let's start at the beginning. We'll ask her about all these other people first. Her mother.
Name, Flora Fellow. Age, 44. Profession, unknown. Likes, unknown. Dislikes, unknown.
Isn't she your mother? How do you not know anything?
I believe other people may have discovered methods of reaching her, but I have little capacity for interpreting nonverbal communication.
And how long has Flora been non-verbal?
She has always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking entirely?
She suffered a great loss. something she has been unable to move beyond.
Huh. Okay, so Flora suffered a great loss. What do these symbols mean?
Name, Felix Fellow. Age, 53. Profession, none. Likes, collecting objects of negligible monetary
Savage.
value and assigning them personal value. Dislikes, the inescapable realities of human existence. Notes, Felix is my father and legal guardian.
And, is he a good dad?
I have no point of comparison, but I would say no.
No. Why not?
You asked me a binary question. Do not get upset that I provided one of the two possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a willful detachment from reality.
Huh. Just like you, then.
Grimoire.
No, he is quite correct.
His scientific hypothesis.
Name, Fiona Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, amateur microbiologist. Likes, the meaningful archiving of information. Dislikes, the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact. Notes, kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
How are you related to the other fellows?
Fitz is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
I do not know if Flint is alive or not. He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly one grandparent. Name, Freya Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, artist.
Same
Deceased.
age.
Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me.
I'm okay with her.
There it is. Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became 1. Increasingly independent, and 2. Increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you are friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Sounds like quite a team.
Poppy comes up a lot. I'm just gonna say that. What I really want to ask her about first is this.
This photograph is my favorite photograph.
So, why'd you rip it in half?
That was not me. Besides, it was not a half that was ripped off. It was only a third.
Was it Poppy? Because I'm pretty sure this is Freya.
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time.
Okay.
There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw, and a drawing of Poppy and Fitz.
Ah, Fitz. Detective Hawkshaw.
I believe Freya was attempting to communicate something through this painting.
Any idea what it was?
I am not the person to ask. All I see is a blood-red mountain with angry storm clouds brewing above it. As such, I cannot ascertain any meaning from it whatsoever.
Noted.
A wooden carving of my father, made by my
father.
Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint.
He had it.
It is a model of Freya, made by my father.
A model of Flora, you mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya?
Wow, she asked a really good question there.
That belongs to my mother. I think she must be fond of eggs. There are a number of egg-shaped carvings to be found in the garden and in the Grand Hall.
Yeah, what's the deal with all the eggs?
Some people just like eggs.
Touche.
Is she laughing?
This belongs to Poppy. In fact, she owns a number of cassette tapes.
What happened to it, though?
It has been left underwater for an extended period of time.
But still
Right.
plays, surprisingly.
But why?
I do not know why. The gramophone belongs to Poppy, but I believe she gave it to my mother, and my mother often loaned it to Freya. Or maybe it is the other way around.
When did it get cracked?
I cannot pinpoint it exactly. All I know is that it must have happened sometime in the last 2 days.
The last 2 days.
Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that
Shaking
just
my
from
head.
looking at it once?
Of course,
The name of Poppy again. Poppy, 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 Poppy.
the red paint on the brush is not paint. It is blood. Same for the palette.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
I do not know the answer.
She's kind of standing there like,
Curious. The statue itself does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the harp. Have you deciphered their meaning yet?
We're working on it.
Don't
We
you
are.
live with this statue? How come you haven't looked into it sooner?
I require facts. What do you know?
Well, we know Freya was stabbed with a knife, and then she fell.
Correction. She was stabbed with something. There was no knife found at the crime scene,
Apart from the one in the painting.
which as a mere abstract representation does not count. Nobody has ever been stabbed by the concept of a knife.
Yeah. She's
What
correct.
is your opinion of Tangle Tower?
Oh, it's impressive. Elaborate gardens, unique architecture.
Must be worth a fortune.
Why do you ask, Fifi?
I am the heir of the Fellow family and the Remington family. This makes me the sole beneficiary of Tangle Tower.
That's quite an inheritance.
They can't make you do anything, Fifi. If you don't want the house, just tell them. Or just sell it. Who cares?
You sound like her.
You can't, it's locked.
Fifi's bedroom should be unlocked now.
Oh,
Can't wait.
yeah, let's go now. Fifi's room.
There's something about the image of Flora in the painting. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Later.
It's a magnifying glass. A big one.
We just got here.
How come you don't have one of those?
Why? Because I'm a detective? Should I start smoking a pipe too?
You couldn't pull off a pipe. I don't know what that drink is, but I bet it's 99% sugar.
Agreed.
I'd read you the ingredients, but there's nothing written on the can.
That's even worse.
Yeah, suspicious.
What's that big book on the desk?
Looks like something Fifi's been writing.
Is it a clue?
I hope not. It's just a bunch of notes about her microbiology
It's
experiments.
thick and I don't want to read it.
Fifi's got something pinned up here.
What is all this?
So that's... This is Poppy's father. This is Poppy. This is Flora. This is Fitz. And these two. Wait, who is this? Why does it look like Detective Grimoire? Why does this look like Sally?
Is that supposed to be me? Why do I look so angry?
That's just the face you make when you're thinking.
How did she draw this so
Does
quickly?
make you wonder, though. When did Fifi draw all this?
Yeah.
And that's you, Sally.
What? I do not look like that,
Uh-huh.
do I? Who is that?
No idea. I think that's supposed to be Felix.
Felix. Poppy.
Who's that?
Not sure.
It's Poppy. That's Flora.
That's gotta be Flora.
Don't know who this is.
Who's that?
Not sure.
This is Poppy's dad.
Who's that?
Not sure.
So this is probably... Yeah, their relationship. So this is Poppy's mom and dad. Because Flora is pointing to Felix. These... I don't think they're a relationship, but...
Who's that?
Not sure.
Hello? Why is there an arrow drawn between these two?
Is Fifi trying to solve the mystery with math equations?
Maybe. Did you ever try that? Maybe it works.
Did you notice who isn't on here?
Freya?
Mm-hmm. And Fifi herself.
It's another
A new
bear.
Suspect.
I am a professional snoop.
Don't think you can get out being questioned just because you're a bear.
I'm innocent, I promise.
Save it for the judge.
I'm glad these guys are having fun during this murder mystery.
That's a whole lot of books.
Alright.
It looks like a microscope. A big one.
Can I touch it?
Why is it moving?
I'm not sure this is a microscope.
Horizontally slide the 4 magnifying glasses into the correct positions. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I would think that the thing that would need minusing is the biggest thing here. And the thing that would need this triple plus is probably this. Oh, there's another thing. Oh no, it's not back there. Okay. Maybe this? Oh, I need to make the key. Ande. Oh, this +2 is so big. This one's tough. Where's the minus? Those two look to be right. This maybe? I mean, it looks like the key.
That's the one.
Oh, okay,
Hey,
good.
not bad. Sounds like it unlocked.
Yeah, it's built on top of a little metal box. There's a book in here.
A well-used book resembling a diary is locked with a strange metal device. It looks like a circular lock. All right, I'm gonna leave this one here, and after this, we're gonna go back and talk to Fifi. Let's look at the chandeliers first.
Crystal chandeliers. Extra fancy.
I don't know. They just seem old-fashioned to me. Plus, they're kind of dusty.
Dust collectors, yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're leaving this one here. We're gonna pick it up in the next one. If you've watched so far, I thank you eternally, and I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, bye.